Hi, folks. I'm meteorologist Tom Kvicka. We got lots to talk about in today's little stream. So let's start with our tower cam view from Alexandria. As we look up there, we're seeing a 94-degree reading, mostly sunny sky. We see more clouds a little bit more in the east. Dew point 71. So if you felt a little humidity today, yeah, it was there. Measuring it with the dew point. Well, we've got Toledo Bend coming in at 86 degrees. There were a few showers up in that direction a while ago. We still see some dark cloud bases, but for now, I think the rain is just about ended in some of those distant locations. Northeast Beauregard between DeRidder and Dry Creek, we're seeing a partly cloudy sky in that direction, and no rain yet there. Here's the weather headline for you. This Gulf system that I keep talking about, that I keep watching, and Nick is watching it, but the Hurricane Center has kind of dropped it out of their discussions and mention. But I'm not going to sleep on it because a couple of our high resolution models are beginning to show that there could be some surface low pressure development with that system and a consequent increase in the rainfall potential. So with that in mind, PM Wednesday to AM Friday, we have a potential for some heavy rainfall during that time frame. Common amounts up this way, about 1 to 3 inches. Peak amounts 4 to 5 inches will be possible. Farther south, I think there will be more rain than that expected. That will be along the I-10 corridor and down toward the coast. But up this way, 1 to 3, 4 to 5 peak. So it's going to be a good rain. So get ready. If you need some more rain, this may just be what you needed. Looking at radar, we do see a little hit and miss action here in central Louisiana. Other rain off to the southwest and to the west of us. So let's get a little closer look here. Put this into motion for the past hour and see thunderstorms moving out of Avoyelles Parish into Rapides. We see an outflow boundary preceding that. A second batch of showers and thunderstorms coming into Avoyelles from the east, and that is moving to the west, a little bit to the northwest, the west-northwest at times there. So there's not a lot of coverage, a little something going on there around DeRidder and between there and Rose Pine. So it's isolated. This is the stuff that Toledo Bend Cam saw just a while ago. Elsewhere, we're not seeing hardly anything across the southern parishes there. So there's just kind of a little zone here where we're seeing some hit and miss showers and thunderstorms. So if you're in these particular areas, well, your rain chance is not over this evening just yet. Some of those thunderstorms will bring some heavy rain, though. They'll be brief. Satellite and radar. This is for today. Notice the amount of clouds and convection there in the Gulf of Mexico. And this system's kind of been straddling land for days. It's responsible for some of the rain we had last week. So, yeah, it's been very persistent. That's one of the things we look for any type of tropical development. Even though this one is straddling land, there's a chance that that surface development could happen offshore. And so if and when that does, then that would increase any threat for tropical development there. Futurecast through tomorrow morning. I think we're going to be okay tomorrow morning as you go back to work and school. And then as we go back home for the PM hours, increasing rain chances, increasing chances, some heavy rain there. And then for tomorrow night, tomorrow evening, well, it's pretty much a washout, I believe, according to this model. And this is what I'm buying into right now. And once we get into Thursday, you can see that it's also maybe another washout in many places for that particular day as well. So let's start in the Gulf of Mexico with our tropical roundup. We see a lot of cloudiness. Right now, this is disorganized. We see some enhanced clouds, some big cold tops here in the infrared there across deep South Texas and the Brownsville area, extending into northeastern Mexico. From time to time, this system has had the potential or the ability, should I say, to produce deep, strong convection, which is what you need for tropical cyclones. But again, it's very disorganized. There's no surface low center, although there's been a extended low pressure area or a stretched out area of low pressure that we call a trough in and around this area from time to time. So this is what we're watching, and this is what some of our high resolution models that sometimes do pretty well with this stuff, at least in my experience. Somewhere in this particular area will be the initial surface low development. So we'll see if that happens. If it develops offshore, then there will definitely be a shot at some tropical development. If not, then at the minimum, this system will continue to produce some heavy rainfall threats for us over this way. All right, satellite imagery going down into the Atlantic Ocean, a couple of tropical waves that we're watching there, watching for some deep convection there off the coast of Africa, be coming off the coast of Africa in a couple of days. Some big stuff there across the western part of the African continent. So we got a 10 and 30% chance of any tropical development over the next week with this stuff in the Atlantic. For us right now, not a concern. But we're also watching this other system in the Caribbean. This is around Hispaniola and southward from there. You see a growing area of convection there. And so that is moving to the west, and that is the next potential area for development that the Hurricane Center is giving a 30% chance of tropical cyclone development, tropical depression or higher, and that extends into the Gulf of Mexico during the next 7 days. So once we get rid of whatever this system up here is going to be, if anything, then we will have a threat farther south develop across the southwestern Gulf of Mexico from this system that is currently in the Caribbean. So right now here in CENTLA, we need to watch these two systems. This one, this organized unnamed thing there across Texas, Louisiana, and the Gulf of Mexico, and then this one around the Dominican Republic and Haiti right now in adjacent waters, and that will be moving into the Gulf in the coming days, therefore possibility of some development. So those are two things we need to be watching for updates on, and Nick and I will continue to follow those closely. So it all boils down to this for your 7-day forecast. First of all, we will be watching the Gulf of Mexico all week for those two potential developments. Heavy rain threat, so PM Wednesday mainly into the AM on Friday. I gave you the rainfall totals. That will cool things down though, but it's going to stay muggy, so no cool weather at night. And then comes the front as the upper level pattern changes to a trough and it pulls in dry air from the northwest. I'm going to call this front in the Friday, Saturday time frame. Cleans things out pretty well on Saturday, and then Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, 3 glorious mornings is what I call it this early in September. So enjoy these comfortable mornings. The days will be great too, in the 80s, but the humidity will be low. And I do put in a 20% sometime later in the day on Tuesday out of possible moisture kind of being thrown up this way from the southwest Gulf of Mexico by anything that might be down in that direction. So those are your weather headlines. That's your 7-day forecast. And Nick Miculus, certainly he's going to update you in the morning and have the latest information then. And I'll see you again in the PM. Take care and hope